I heard last week that there were some of you in the back that can't see me too well, so I have a solution for that. No takers? No. Well, it's good to see each and every one of you here. And I want you to know that I think about you, each and every one of you, all week long. I think about how you shared with me the insight that you received after one of our services. I think about the book that you told me that you're reading, or the book that you're writing. I think about the creative project that you're working on, or the project that you just finished, the class that you're taking, or the movie that we shared. I think about the shoes that you told me you're all charged up about, or the nutritional supplements, or the healthy food that have got you going. I think about how great you looked in that pink outfit, or how great you looked in that red outfit, or the t-shirt and the shorts, or the blue shirt, or that purple shiny thing, or your turquoise hair. I think about how I felt when you walked in the door after I hadn't seen you for such a long time. I think about how I felt when you smiled at me during one of my talks, and I could tell that you were getting what I was saying. I think about how great I felt when I heard you sing my song last week and this week. I think about how great it felt when you hugged me. So I think about you all week long, and I feel great. It lifts me up. I can be working on a problem that I'm trying to find a solution to, or making a decision, and I think about you even just for a moment, and it lifts me up. It takes me to a higher place. It's as if my shoulders feel more relaxed. I can breathe deeper. Life seems a little bit lighter. I go to this higher place. Lots of thoughts about you going on all week. Lots of feelings going on about each one of you all week. And these thoughts that I have about you are things. These feelings that I have about you all week are things, vibratory energies that lift me up. They lift me up to this higher level. I think of you, and I think of how amazing you are, and how dynamic you are, and how creative you are, and how intelligent you are, and how witty you are, and how fun you are. And I think about how I feel so grateful, and so thrilled, and so honored, and so happy to have you in my life. And it lifts me up to this higher place, and I begin to vibrate at that level of all good. These thoughts and these feelings that I have about you have an effect on me and my life and my world. And they have an effect on you. My thoughts and feelings about you have an effect on you. Isn't that amazing? You say, how can that be? Well, for one thing, we're all connected. You might be familiar with a lot of the many experiments and studies about quantum physics. Quantum physics is confirming this connection with us. And the studies about quantum particles that are separated, and even for large distances, and they still intimately and immediately respond to each other as if they're still together. It's like the phenomenon of twins. You've heard of that, like the one twin in New York can fall and break his leg, and somehow the other twin in Singapore somehow breaks his leg. You've heard of that kind of thing. It's called non-locality in physics. Einstein called it spooky actions at a distance. Subatomic particles separated but still responding and acknowledging each other. So you can be in Canada, or you can be in California, or you can be in Michigan, and we're still intimately and immediately connected. Isn't that marvelous? A few weeks ago, a friend of mine had a heart attack, and his wife rushed him to the hospital, and the doctors there found that the main coronary artery was 100% blocked, and had she not gotten him to the hospital, that would have been his last day on the planet. And they put a stent in. He's home and doing great now. But I remember that day so well, that morning when she called me. It was a Saturday morning, and Kathy and I had just finished breakfast, and I immediately went into a state of prayer. And then I got up and went on with my Saturday routine, what you do, laundry and things like that, still thinking about him. But during the day, all of a sudden I became keenly aware of my thoughts. And I heard myself saying, "Poor guy, poor guy, poor guy." And this voice in my head said, "Really, Lorna? How do you think he'd feel if he knew you were saying poor guy?" And I thought, oh, I don't want that. No, I want to think of him as healthy and vibrant and strong and happy. So I immediately began to turn my thoughts around about that. I lifted my thoughts about him. And I flooded my heart with feelings of appreciation and respect and love and gratitude for him. I began to imagine in my mind's eye him being healthy and happy. I remembered all the jokes that he's told me and how we had so much fun telling jokes with each other. I remember the conversations that we had and how he's so intelligent and wise and intuitive. I remembered how generous he is and how he's always there and how creative he is. And I lifted my thoughts and my feelings about him. That was Saturday morning. The doctor said that they would have to keep him in the hospital at least till Friday and probably through the weekend. He left on Tuesday. I kind of think I had something to do with that. Our prayer song, Our Thoughts Are Prayers, beautiful song, written by Lucille Olson from Michigan. It says it all, doesn't it? Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Our thoughts are prayers, the tools that we create with. So the question you want to ask yourself is, what kind of prayers am I sending out? On the wings of my thoughts and my feelings and my beliefs and my intentions, what kind of prayers am I sending out into the universe? Here at Unity Center of the Desert, we always begin our prayer time by creating an atmosphere of love and light. We always begin by creating a thought environment of the highest good. We lift ourselves into this high consciousness of the perfection and the wholeness of God. We remember, we know, and we feel the truth about life, the truth about God. We remember that life is glorious, it is good all the time. And we remember that God, there is only one power in the universe, God the good. And in this space, this thought environment of good, this atmosphere of love and light, this higher consciousness, then we speak our prayers. Not poor guy, poor guy, poor guy, but child of the Most High. Child of the Most High, child of the Most High, supported by a loving universe all the time, all the time, all the time. So we envelop our prayers in love and faith. We see them blessed with all that God is, all abundance, all vitality, all love, all peace and harmony. And we know that they are done right here and right now in the infinity of time, in the mind of God, the eternal now. A few years ago, Kathy and I were privileged to be in the audience for a talk by Greg Braden. You might be familiar with Greg Braden. He's written many, many books, like The Spontaneous Healing of Belief and Divine Matrix, God Code. One of my favorites, The Lost Mode of Prayer. And in this talk, he shared a story about a healing that occurred at a medicineless hospital in China. And a woman there had a 3-inch diameter bladder cancer. And the doctors there put her through a holistic program where they helped her to change her life, not only outwardly but inwardly. So they worked with her to create positive thoughts and feelings and healing intentions within her. And they also worked in her outer world to help give her life-affirming ways of breathing and nourishing her body, gentle movement to strengthen her body, as well as ways to stimulate the energy centers of the body. So they put her through this whole holistic program, and after that, they felt that she was now ready for that tumor to be gone. And we're going to show you a video here. You're going to see in the video 3 people, practitioners, standing behind her at the head of her bed, and they begin to chant a word that they have agreed upon says to them that she is already healed, that reinforces that the healing has already occurred. They begin to feel how it feels to be in the presence of a woman who's already healed. They begin to feel how it feels to be in the presence of a woman who's healthy and vibrant and full of life. And you're going to see on this video, and it's a split screen on the right hand of your screen, you're going to see this tumor dissolve in less than 3 minutes. Kathy?
Over 8 years, the center has successfully treated more than 180 types of illnesses, including bladder cancer.
看到了没有？就是在这个膀胱三角球的左侧有和一个压弧，这么一个。给它上。现在写的是发气，跟这边是，咱们一块就是人家发气。对呀，放松。身体的健康开电话3，遥控听着那声音，哗哗哗，3，哗3，哗3，哗3，哗3，哗3，小了哗3，哗对3，哗3，哗3，看那个看得下去，哗3，哗。人就想着一下就彻底散掉。你放手，放手在这儿。给我听听听。哗3，哗3，哗3，哗3，哗3，小了，站正。好，哗3，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，再站正。哗3，没了，好，没了，没了，没了，没了，哗3，没了，没了，没了，没了，好，没了，没了，没了，上，消除场上，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，把场打破，没了，没了，没了，没了，没了，好了，没了，好了，没，好嘞，好，好了，好了，没2个，能看出来，这是您几秒？现在10分钟了，现在那个力度就6分钟哈，60分钟那个上来，好，没了，好了。
Amazing, isn't it? So her body was responding on many different levels. First of all, it was responding to the thoughts and the feelings and the intentions that she had cultivated within her, that vibratory energy. And she was also responding to the practitioners, that energy of love that was being emanated from them. Love responding to love. Our thoughts and our feelings create a palpable energy, a vibratory energy that vibrates not only within us, but radiates out from us. And more, science is confirming the existence of this energy. You might be familiar with the Institute of Heart Math and the research that they've been doing. And researchers there have discovered an electromagnetic field around the human heart. Each one of us possessing an electromagnetic field surrounding our hearts that extends out at least 8 feet. You know how they know it's 8 feet? Because that's as far as the instruments can measure. It might even go out further than that. And when I first heard that, I thought, oh, how cool. An electromagnetic field around me, just like a huge inner tube. Of course, mine would be bright yellow, like a yellow raincoat with a little rubber ducky on the front of it. You see that? Can you picture that? But that's not quite accurate, because this electromagnetic field not only extends out 8 feet to the left and to the right and before you and behind you, but 8 feet above you and below you. Isn't that marvelous? We're encased and enfolded in this electromagnetic field. And this electromagnetic field changes according to your thoughts and feelings. So the big question to ask yourself is, what kind of vibration am I sending out? What kind of thoughts and feelings are in this electromagnetic field that's surrounding me? Everything that exists is energy. And energy is always vibrating, always moving. Life is an eternal flow of this energy. We could call it God, we can call it divine love. And we find our fulfillment when we allow this energy of love to flow through us out into everyone we meet and everything we do. We impede that energy when, for whatever reason, we choose not to let it flow. The word energy comes from the Greek word energos, and it means to be fully activated, fully engaged. It's where we get our word, well, in Spanish we get the word generoso, in English, generous. We're here to generously transmit the infinite energy of love. We're here to generously allow this flow of life and love to flow through us out into the world. We're here to be generous. We're here to let it flow, shall we? Let's all say our affirmation for the month of February. Together, we say, my life is an endless flow of divine love expressing in, through, and as me. Say yes to that? Yes. Good. We're going to go into a contemplation time. If you want to get comfortable, and I always like to put both feet on the floor just to feel grounded. Bring your attention down to the heart area. This new knowledge to incorporate an electromagnetic field surrounding your heart, emanating out all around you. Our theme for this month is Choose Love. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone in the world would choose love? To choose love means to release the false idea of separation, and choosing to see a world of unity. Can you see that world? Choosing love means releasing fear, and choosing to believe in goodness. To see the goodness, the godness in all people. Choosing love means letting go of thoughts of isolation and receiving love and support from those who are here to help you be the best that you can. Are you ready to connect? Choosing love means releasing the need to blame or shame or to judge or criticize, and choosing to come from a place of perfection, wholeness, awesomeness, greatness. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to choose love? Are you ready to release anything that's impeding that flow of divine love through you and as you? Say yes. 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 Say yes to life. Say yes to love. Breathe it in. And when you're ready, you can come back to the room and open your eyes. And smile at me.